TF-EFHW-10-40 here, guys. Today we're gonna build and test one of my tactical 10-40s. I've gone ahead and wound the toroid, got the capacitor and the ring terminal on, mostly because that makes a little bit of noise when I do that, because I use a Dremel tool to sand the enamel off of the enameled wire. So try to save your guys' ears just a little bit and make it a little more of a peaceful style video here, I guess you could say. So first thing we did was we wound the toroid. Well, I wound the toroid. You guys didn't see me do that, but I wound the toroid. That toroid is an FT-240-43, wound with 16 gauge enameled wire. It's a 2 and 14 with a crossover, equals 49-1. Alright, so what we do is, zip ties out here. Hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing here. I can move the camera a little closer. There we go. Don't mind my mess here, guys. I just cleaned this workbench off the other day. I got a few things going on and you can't really tell that I cleaned it at all. It happens. Alright, now get this tied down here so it ain't gonna go anywhere. Now, when I build these, every connection I make is soldered. So the ring terminal, the wire is soldered into it, it's not just crimped. I don't want any chance of having any loose connections when these things are in operation, or, you know, down the road, because it does happen. It can happen. So I solder all of my connections to make sure it's a nice quality controlled and really good electrical connection. I only use Kester brand solder. I have some other cheap solder that I don't use. I bought it, didn't care for the way it worked. tester brand rosin core solder. Works really well. Makes a really good connection. You can see, nice and tidy. Looks good. Alright, now my wire laying right here on the floor, because I pulled it out and it's actually going out the door of my building and laying across my yard, because it's easier to do this and build these than to just, I mean, I can build it with it coiled up and zip tied, but for testing purposes this makes a whole lot more sense, because then I can just walk right out the door after I get this soldered on here, and you can hang it up and you can see the live results with me. Because we're going to hook it up to the VNA and we're going to see what it looks like. Like I said, every connection is soldered. That, down like that. Pull this little slack through here. This little bit of slack through here. This little bit of slack through here. And that there. Alright, now I need to hook my coax back up to the VNA. And let's carry you guys and the antenna outside. Oh, probably help if I had an insulator to put on the end of the wire after I get it pulled over there, huh? I'll just stuff that in my pocket. Get my keys out of there. Stick that in there. My knife, or my cutters. Got the transformer. Got you guys. Make sure that's not going to get caught up on something when I walk out the door. Alright. I'm going to set you guys right here. Turn you just a hair. Alright. Over in, where would my finger? That tree right there, there's a rope. It's tied off to a tree that's over there somewhere. It's not on camera. Alright. I got into my coax here. Mind you, I haven't put the heat shrink on this yet. I do that after. Well, I probably should have done it already. That way it'd make it easier to wind this wire up, but it'll be alright. Alright, see how I got this hanging, guys? Alright. Alright guys, we got it hung up. Let's see what she looks like. Tripod getting hung up on everything when I walk. Alright, let's see. Back to my VNA software. Alright, we got it set from 7 to 53 megahertz because I really want to see what it looks like on 6 meters. So I'm going to type in 7.2 megahertz. Why did it do 7 to 182? That wasn't very nice. Oh, I know why it's doing that. I gotta do this. Raise the sweep settings up a little bit. Alright. Awesome. So, I just swept it, and I'm really happy with the way this thing came out. I just did a video on my hiker, and I've tried different winding patterns on that 1002 toroid, and I cannot get 40 meters below 1.8 SWR. Now, this antenna is showing that it is slightly long on 40 meters. At 7 megahertz, it's about 1 to 1.4, which is okay. At 7.227, it's 1 to 1.5, which is really okay. So it's great in the CW portion. It's great in the phone portion. On 20 meters at 14.268, it's 1 to 1.2. On 17 at 18.141, it's 2 to 1, which is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. 21.331 is 1 to 1.4, and 24.931, guys, it's at 1 to 1.6. At 28.394 megahertz, it's 1 to 1.7, and at 50.130, it's 2.5 SWR. So, and I'll let you guys see this for yourselves. And if you'd like, I'll go ahead and sweep it again so you can actually see this here. I know you guys are leaning a little bit there. I apologize. So, can't really see it moving much. It is slightly moving as it sweeps. It actually came down a little bit. Not much though, not really noticeable. 40 meters came down to 1 to 1.493. It's gonna change, wind blows, all that, you know, good stuff. But you can see, guys, awesome. Now, I'm gonna talk about this antenna here. This antenna, 40 through 10, is designed for 4 bands: 40, 20, 15, and 10. Okay, it's resonant on all 4 of those bands. Now, it is also resonant on 12 meters. It's actually more resonant on 12 than it is on 10, and it's not designed for 12 meters, is it? No, it's not. But it's resonant on 12. 17, 2.2 SWR, not great. Usable, but not great. If your radio has an internal tuner, most internal tuners will handle 3 to 1 and below. It'll bring it in where it needs to be. It's within it's within range. 6 meters at 2.5 SWR, minus 7 dB return loss. That's not bad. Your internal tuner, if your radio will tune 6 meters, 50 megahertz, will bring that in where it needs to be too. So, just like my hiker I just did, the SWR is roughly the same, except for on 40. 40 is lower on this one. I believe 20 is slightly lower too. But I'm happy with this, guys. So you get your 4 bands, 40, 20, 15, 10, right? And then you also get a bonus band of 12. So that gives you 5 bands. No tuner needed on 5 bands. On an antenna that's only designed for 4. You get 5 bands. Okay. If you have a internal tuner that will handle the 2 bands, you also get 17 and 6 meters. 7 bands if you have an internal tuner that can handle it. So I think this is a heck of a design, guys. Y'all seen the results? Check out my website. These things are on there. It's a 65-foot long end-fed half-wave tactical antenna. It's a TF-EFHW-10-40. Might be 40-10. Check them out. And y'all know where to go. ko4fsz.com. I'm gonna go ahead and take it down, bring it in here, put the heat shrink on it, and wind it up, because this one right here is going to a fella in Blairsville, Georgia, who ordered this antenna last night, and I wanted to show him how well his antenna is going to work. So he's going to get a link to this video. Y'all are going to get to watch all of this video, and plenty of you guys are going to order from me one of these antennas, or one of the hikers. Either way, check it out, guys. Y'all won't be disappointed. 73 from KO4FSZ.